Chapter 1 Jinka season was upon Wakanda when Luke Skywalker arrived in the country for his meeting with the Omniverse Avengers chairman, T'Challa. The season got its name from the archaic custom of trading bovid mammals as currency. The term was now attributed to the quarterly financial results of corporations on the Wakandan stock market. T'Challa switched off his display screen from which he had been watching the stock exchange analysis with keen interest. His combat chair glided through a circular tunnel of techno-organic cables to the Omniverse Gateway chamber in the subterranean techno-jungle. The mechanized chair seemed to swallow up the Black Panther due to its high back, wide armrests and thick footrest. Luke Skywalker was neatly dressed in a brown Jedi top, dark boots, and loose-fitting pants with his lightsaber attached to the belt. His mechanical right hand tugged on his cloak as he surveyed the chamber that went black when the portal closed. T'Challa's chair silently came down from an opening in the ceiling. Symmetrical lights appeared on the flooring and were akin to the ones on the sides of the combat chair. "Greetings, Skywalker," said T'Challa. "The Black Panther, I finally meet you in the flesh," said Skywalker. He grinned. "I sense absolutely nothing from you, no emotion whatsoever. Your Jedi mind tricks have been reported to me, so I was prepared," said T'Challa. "I do more than mind tricks," said Skywalker. "Indeed, but I asked for you to come here to discuss the Force," said T'Challa. "What about it?" "I have reason to believe that it has escaped the confines of your universe and is in the Omniverse." "How can you identify the Force?" "Through harmonics or frequency. The founders of the Jedi never mentioned that the Force could actually leave my universe." "I have to be sure," said Skywalker. "Come with me. I will take you to a memory bank of sorts," said T'Challa. "In my multiverse your capabilities are classified as telepathy, telekinesis and other branches of mind and soul power. There are many wielders of such forces. My forefathers and I have catalogued these people, but I have never seen ones like these." A pillar of purple hard light rose from the floor and then it expanded, turning the environment into a techno-organic room that had sunlight streaming down from the glass ceiling onto strange life forms that appeared to be tough botany that stood on four webbed feet. The cyborg botany turned their heads to the visitors. "Show us Mojo World," said T'Challa while he looked up to the 7 feet tall botany. They coiled like snakes and produced spores that clustered together. A planet formed from the cluster and was so detailed that the visitors looked like gods watching down on the surface. "This is a live feed. 5 days ago the planet was populated, but as of today we can only detect 2 life forms," said T'Challa. "And this temple?" "That is a Sith temple," said Skywalker. A man exited the structure. He was in dark robes and then a similarly attired woman walked next to him. They looked at the sky. It seemed that they stared right back at the voyeurs. "I know them," said Skywalker. "So we will go to the planet now," said T'Challa. "Only I can deal with Sith Lords," said Skywalker. "Why do you think I am in this chair?" "I do not follow," said Skywalker. "The chair's defense system protects me from Force-related attacks." Skywalker stroked his short grey beard. He watched T'Challa keenly. "There is no known protection from the Force in my universe," said Skywalker. "But your gifts are common in mine," said T'Challa. "Darth T'Challa or Darth Black Panther?" "I don't follow. Only the Sith, otherwise known as the dark side of the Force, seek to make themselves immune to its offensive capabilities," said Skywalker. "I am the Lord of Wakanda and neither Jedi nor Sith must have the means to threaten my land," said T'Challa. "Fair enough. But how did the Force reach to this planet in particular?" "Mojoverse only has one planet in its dimension and there is only one version of that planet in the Omniverse. The walls that separate the dimension from others are extremely thin in Mojoverse. In theory the Force took the path of least resistance and went to the planet," replied T'Challa. Seems probable, said Skywalker. Chapter 2 T'Challa's chair flew over the ruins that were ubiquitous on the planet. You can feel it for yourself that the Force is strong here, said T'Challa. The Force keeps astounding me, said Skywalker as he levitated beside T'Challa. This is a mystery for me as well, said the Black Panther. Who were the people who lost their lives here? Genetically designed slaves who served the crazed original inhabitants called the Spineless Ones, replied T'Challa. The Spineless Ones abducted hundreds from other dimensions for entertainment. We have designed slaves in my universe as well called stormtroopers. We are about to meet a former member of their fold. He is Darth Nuff. The woman is his pupil Darth Vader, said Skywalker. There will be vengeance for the lives taken here, said T'Challa. I am not for vengeance, and that is the reason I dislike the name of our group as Omniverse Avengers. The Jedi do not avenge but the Sith do, said Skywalker. What motivates the Sith? Power, replied Skywalker. A ring of fire was on the summit of the Mesoamericanesque pyramid that was the Sith temple. There is another presence here, said Skywalker. The Force ghost of Darth Plagueis walked in the air to meet the intruders. Even at the ends of time and space you have still found me, Master Luke Skywalker, said Darth Plagueis. You directed the Force here, said Skywalker. Obviously, and you have come at an opportune time for my followers to continue their growth in the dark side of the Force, said Darth Plagueis, and a boulder passed through him, narrowly missing the intruders. The Sith Lords were below them and Darth Plagueis faded away. Master lifting rocks properly before moving on to heavier items, said Skywalker to them. Deal with the Sith while I handle the ghost, said T'Challa. But trust me, said T'Challa. Skywalker relented and turned on his lightsaber just as the Siths activated theirs. The Jedi Master flew down into battle. Chapter 3 T'Challa changed the spectrums on his face mask lenses until he saw Darth Plagueis. Where is Shuri? asked T'Challa. In the temple, replied Darth Plagueis. Why is she there? She is exploring her real personality. What do you want with her? I want her resurrection power. For you. I am stronger in death than I was alive. Your sister's gift is rather unique in that it can rival the Force's resurrection abilities. I want to learn how. Thank you. At least I was correct that the Siths were surrogates for someone like you, and now I will have my revenge. With what? Wakandan mystic tech, replied T'Challa. The chair transformed into a body armor and a spear of light appeared in T'Challa's right hand. Wakanda's daughters will not be held prisoner by the likes of you, said T'Challa. Darth Plagueis shot Force lightning at the Black Panther, but the tendrils were deflected. T'Challa stabbed the spear of light into Darth Plagueis. Fool, let me show you your sister, said the Sith Grandmaster. You cannot break my will. The Sith Temple Shuri came to the planet to rescue an abducted Wakandan on the day Darth Plagueis removed the population, and she was placed in a chamber seemingly to have her will broken. Kill all the spineless ones, said the mirrored reflection of Shuri that was in front of her. That is genocide, you cannot do that, said the mirror to her side. You already did, look. For their attack on Wakanda's people you wiped out the planet, said the dark reflection. How could you, said the mirror above Shuri. You have to restore their lives. Shut up, said Shuri. The litany of mirrors were all that she saw in every direction. She had lost her sense of time since she was taken. She did want to punish the rulers of the planet, but she was with the Omniverse Avengers, and that made her see the precedent that would be set if Wakanda destroyed a dimension it did not like. Shuri, our mother is dead, please bring her back to life, said T'Challa's voice. Shuri, our babies have died, you must do something, said her husband's voice. Kana, not the children, said Shuri. Shuri, look at me now, is not there time, send them back to the living, said her deceased father's voice. Baba, said Shuri and yelled. Chapter 4. You heard her scream. It angers you. Punish me for it, said Darth Plagueis. Release your full wrath. T'Challa obliged the request and broke half the temple top in his struggle with the Sith. Skywalker's father, my son, Darth Vader, had the same robust rage. T'Challa used an exotic gravity field that negated the telekinesis or force push of his foe, but it took a toll on the never-before-tested body armor. You shall break, said Darth Plagueis as he pulled the ring of fire to him to form a barrier against T'Challa. The temple slowly collapsed on itself, then it stopped. Both T'Challa and Darth Plagueis glanced down to see that Skywalker held the structure with the Force. The bodies of the Sith Lords were at his feet. T'Challa took control of Darth Plagueis' arm just as the gravity field depowered. I am an illusion fool, said the Sith. T'Challa ripped him into two. The chamber of the dark side of the Force. Darth Plagueis stared into Shuri's eyes. Your mind is still whole after that ordeal, said the Sith. Who are you? Asked Shuri. Someone who is grateful for the Omniverse Avengers because through your multiverse infrastructure my influence has only begun. Tell your brother that so he may feel anguish for his failure. The mirrors vanished along with their master. But I will be keeping an eye on you, Shuri, said Darth Plagueis.